All right, welcome back. Today we are vlogging about being in the Philippines now 142 days. It's been a stretch. We are coming up on 6 months, where at the beginning of this, it really felt like the days are moving kind of slow. Now some normalcy is starting to settle in, starting to settle into more of a routine. Sleeping has kind of been a little bit up and down. There for a minute, I thought I was going a little bit bonkers. Sleep was a little bit hard to come by. Recently, at least the last week or so, it feels a little bit better. But today we're going to start by talking about the price and inflation. The Philippines, I feel like, have done pretty well during the pandemic. I think their economy is fairly good. Inflation and cost. So in Manila, I feel like the prices are quite a bit higher, more of a tourist trap. And I think there's not a lot to support many of these costs, Airbnbs, hiked up fees and stuff like that. Actually, I feel like if you are coming to the Philippines, it'd be a good idea to maybe book a couple days on the Airbnb and start going around talking to people. The place where I'm at, the motel, I believe, is about $340 a month. Pretty good deal. Place is mostly empty from what I can tell. I don't know what their occupancy rate has been over the last month or so, but been a pretty good deal overall. Most people come to the Philippines, come to Manila, and kind of stay in that area, which I feel like is a mistake. And you're really probably maybe going to pay double, maybe triple, to be over there. As kind of looking at the Airbnb app, that many of the costs are like 700, 800, 900. No one really is going to pay that except for foreigners over in Manila. However, it's their financial district and stuff in Makati, and that's where most of the foreigners, I feel like, gravitate to. It's a bit of a tourist trap. That being said, places like Iloilo, Dumaguete, Angeles City, there's lots of good destinations that you can kind of, still get great deals. I do feel like the costs are still pretty low for me. Philippines being probably one of the cheaper places on earth, maybe besides maybe India or something. Of course, there's Cambodia and many places out there similarly cost, but I do feel like the Philippines is really a great bargain, and doing well during bouncing back from the pandemic. So there's that. The days seem to be moving a little better. At the beginning, they seemed like they were moving kind of slow. I am kind of settling into more of a routine. Sleeping has been it's been a struggle. I do work on the U.S. time zone, so I do make a point to be up during those hours, and so being up all night and sleeping during the day has been probably the biggest challenge. Another question that I receive is, how long am I going to stay? How long am I going to try to stay? I don't have any any plans. A lot of weirdness going on around the world. I don't talk about a lot of politics and stuff on my channel and stuff, so I'm not really going to go into that part. However, I'm affected by many of the things that are going on. I'm probably like most of you, so I really don't know how long I will stay. However, my plan is to try to stay as long as I can. I kind of thought when I came here I would be here at least a year. I am watching what's going on in the United States pretty closely. I am concerned with the economy, as of course, like I said, that this affects the things I do. Many of my customers, of course, are in the United States, and this is affecting them. But it has been a pretty good trip in general for many reasons. So I'm pretty happy about that. If you watch many of the short videos and things that I have posted, I've got a chance to see and do many things. So it's been a really good trip. My goal was really to make a lot of these type of videos. People ask me a lot about the video poker content and the travel content, the mixture there. I still have quite a few video poker videos as I'm releasing also the travel videos and stuff, as of course I'm trying to clear these from my phone as quickly as I take them and get them posted so you guys can watch. Beginning of my channel, I really didn't have a plan or anything. I still do this as kind of like a hobby. I do like to vlog and talk about my experience, so anybody that wants to watch or can, gain some knowledge from my experience or whatever. I believe that the Philippines, for the most part, is doing really well. I'm doing well, enjoying myself nicely. It's been a pretty good experience. Able to escape some of the high costs of the United States, which has been helpful in my business, of course, because again, like I said, I am affected very much from what's going on in the United States, even though I'm not there. But again, we're coming up where I will need to renew my visa. I am going to try to get that 6-month visa that'll take me into the next year, 2023. I'm not sure how much I'll end up paying. I am looking at that cost and stuff, so we'll see what happens there. Christmas time is coming in the Philippines as they start celebrating promptly at September 1st. So that should be an experience. I was kind of thrown off the last time I was over here during September, and I purchased a pool cue to bring home with me to the United States, and they waived the fee. The ticket counter for the airline waived the fee, as the lady says, it's Christmas time, so I'll go ahead and waive the fee for the pool cue. And I thought to myself, Christmas, and I was like, September? So it'll be fun to experience some Christmas in the Philippines, even though I'm not much of a fan of Christmas in general. That being said, it'll be nice to be over here, making a lot of friends. And like I said, it's been a really good experience in general. You should come. You should come. Many people ask me, again, lots of questions and so on. I do feel like it is a great time to travel and experience new things. And then if anything, you'll save a bunch of money by kind of escaping the high costs of the United States, and get some relief in that regard, and get some good experiences as the weather seems to be cooling a bit. Last, I don't know, week or so, I had been outside and been like, wow, the weather's kind of nice. So not familiar with how cool or mild the weather gets. It has been pretty warm most of my trip over here. However, last time I was in the Philippines 3 some odd years ago, it was pretty warm, so it has not been that warm. Also, notably, last couple of days, if you watch the news, there has been some earthquakes locally. One more in Manila, over in that area, maybe north of Manila, if I'm not mistaken. It's really hard. Like in the United States, it's really easy directional wise, east, west, north, south. Over here I'm thrown off a little bit about north, south, east, and west. So it's hard for me to really get a sense of the direction, I guess. But had an earthquake here just yesterday. Wasn't big. However, I do know that this is a seismic area. Not a fan of earthquakes in general. Being from California, I've been in some pretty good sized earthquakes, but I believe that the area and the earthquake past experiences I've had in California have probably been pretty mild to the if I hang out here long enough that I'm likely to experience. An interesting fun side story to this is my buddy Benny was staying in Manila quite a few years ago, one of the bigger earthquakes, staying on the 70th floor, if I'm not mistaken, and happened to be not in the building when a pretty good sized earthquake, I believe, if my memory serves, is about 7.2. There was videos came out where the pools were spilling water off the side of these buildings in Manila, which are pretty big, and I can only kind of picture myself in one of these buildings when one of those earthquakes hit, going, oh, holy shit. Really, it's got to be pretty terrifying to feel the building moving like that and being on 70th floor. But I believe that also the Philippines is pretty prepared for these type of earthquakes, as the earthquake that happened outside of Manila was, I believe it was 7.4. I believe there was only maybe 2 or 3 deaths, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so I feel like it's not as big a deal. California, I can remember my parents when I was younger. The biggest earthquake I was probably in was Northridge quake, 6.9. And I remember being a young kid, my mom and dad, being religious people, used to say in the end days there was going to be these earthquakes, the earth was going to open up and swallow people. So it gave me kind of a fear, from an early age of earthquakes, where only now I only don't want to be up in one of these buildings when a good size one hits. Otherwise, boy, I'm just not sure how I would react, honestly, other than just being scared out of my fucking mind. That being said, I live on the bottom floor here, or when I'm at my motel or whatnot, it's only like a second or third floor, so minor. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one.